Hey y'all, Shelly here with another tip for hospice nurses. So lately it seems like my nurses have been taking care of a lot of pediatric patients, which I think we kind of see this in cycles. And I know this is something that as hospice nurses, this is really hard. It's really hard because it's emotionally, it's very hard, but it's also a lot of us, if you're like me, my background's ER and ICU, but all adult. Like I never had taken care of pediatrics at all. So when I first started doing pediatric patients years ago, it was really, really scary to me. And I quickly found out, though, that we don't really spend as much time on the physical care and the medical care of the babies because they've been sick since birth, the parents are very adept at providing their medical care and meeting their physical needs. So a lot of what we do is more of emotional support for the family. And there's one thing I think that's really important that we need to do as hospice nurses is we need to preserve the memories for the parents. I had a baby years and years ago, one of the first pediatrics I took care of. Baby was about 1.5 years old, and she had been sick since the day she was born. She had a congenital terminal illness. And the mom, while she took really good care of the baby, and she obviously loved her baby, she was somewhat detached from the baby. She didn't really hold her. There weren't like a lot of pictures with her. She didn't ta-ta with her a whole lot. And at first it was kind of like, everybody was kind of like, well, she just doesn't seem to care. But I realized that, she really does care. I mean, she cares so much that she's having to detach from her baby because she knows her baby's going to die. She knows she's going to lose her baby. So it is her defense mechanism. It's the only way that she can cope with it. But I also knew that one day she was going to want those memories. She was going to want memories. She was going to be in a place where she would be able to look at pictures and remember the baby. I knew it was going to be years down the road, but I knew that we had to do something to help her. So we all got together as the whole IDT and the CNAs, everybody came in and we talked about things that we can do. And one thing that we came up with is we bought a bunch of those disposable cameras. Now this was back in the day before we had cell phones with cameras and all of that. But we had a bunch of disposable cameras in the home, and every time anybody from hospice would go in, they would take pictures of the baby. The nurse would, the CNA would, the chaplain, the social worker. We took pictures of baby and mama and baby with siblings, a baby with their dog, and we would put her in little cute outfits and take pictures. We just took tons of pictures. So after she passed away, we had our volunteers come in and they made these beautiful photo albums with them. And we gave that to the mom. We put them in a box and we tied it up and we said, when you're ready, open the box because we have a box full of memories in here for you. It still makes me emotional. And it was such a wonderful gift to the mom. This years later, she called the agency thanking everyone for what they had done for the, giving her those memories and giving her her baby. So I hope this tip was helpful. If you have any tips that you think would be helpful for hospice nurses, please let me know. I'd love to share them here. And remember, together we can change our world.